Hey everybody, how's it going? I am your host Adrian, coming to you almost live from lovely Petaluma, California, here in Studio MC2 at QuickSurf Internet Studios. The Geekinator is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Do feel free to head on over to techpodcast.com and check out all the other technology-related shows over there as well. I'd like to encourage everybody to visit us online over at quicksurf.com. Please do subscribe to the show if you have not already done so. And with that, let's go ahead and get into some of the cool stuff that I have found for this episode. Over at Engadget, Bre Pettis on the MakerBot Digitizer, he says that they are building an ecosystem. It's a video posted online over at AOL. And he's basically introducing the MakerBot Digitizer, and they're trying to build a MakerBot ecosystem where you can easily manufacture things. So I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought I'd let everybody in my audience take a look at it and check it out. It's pretty cool. From Ars Technica, in the Technology Lab / Information Technology section, a $199 4.2-inch computer is Intel's first Raspberry Pi competitor. It's called the Minnow board. We talked briefly about this, I believe, on the show on Linux News Log, mainly because this runs a variant of Linux. But this is pretty neat. With the Raspberry Pi, Arduino Duo, and BeagleBone, the world is full of cheap, tiny computers that can be used by creative developers in everything from robots to space flight. One thing these platforms have in common is an ARM processor. Now they have some competition from Intel with its Minnow board, a $199 computer in the form of a 4.2-inch by 4.2-inch board with an Intel Atom processor. This is pretty cool. I actually want to check this out for one of my projects. The reason why I want to check this particular board out is because it comes with a SATA port. Now, I would really like it to come with a bunch of SATA ports. This is a storage-related project, but one SATA port would be nice, assuming I could get the board for less than $200 in bulk. This is something I might potentially be getting some funding for on Kickstarter or something like that. But first things first, I need to get this and see if I can even get bulk pricing and come up with a solution for this project I'm working on. But still pretty neat. Definitely something worth looking into for sure. So still, like I said, $199 is a little on the high end for my particular use, but if I can get it like for $79, that would be awesome. Anyway, definitely take a look at it. From The Verge, Ubuntu's smartphone OS will be ready to launch on October 17th. Now, we talked about the Ubuntu smartphone OS and the Ubuntu smartphone on this show's sister show, Linux News Log, and this was quite some time ago when we talked about this too. It's been a few months. The Ubuntu Edge smartphone may have missed its crowdfunding goal by a huge amount, but the Ubuntu Touch operating system is far from dead. It now has a planned release date of October 17th, according to a blog post from Canonical employee and QA community coordinator Nicholas Skaggs, who said that Ubuntu is committed to delivering an image of the OS for supported devices, which is the Galaxy Nexus, the Nexus 4, the Nexus 7, and Nexus 10. That post has been backed up by a post on the Ubuntu Phone team mailing list that confirms Phone 1.0 will be a reality in 4.5 weeks. Pretty neat. In the meantime, both posts implore interested users to download the current images and report bugs to the QA team to help them get everything sorted out before the October launch. So Ubuntu OS is moving forward without actual hardware and just delivering an image, assuming you have a supported device, which will be the Galaxy Nexus, the Nexus 4, Nexus 7, and 10. So if you have one of those phones and you want to try this out, please try it out and let me know. I would love to hear about how well it works. So definitely let me know. From makedesign.com, going big with Legos. Innovation happens anywhere, anytime, with anything. Sometimes you don't need a bunch of expensive tools or multi-syllable equipment. Yes, I said syllable. To engineer the ultimate mixture of art and science. Sometimes you only need imagination and a few Lego. Well, those and one highly accomplished Lego builder. So, last spring, the author, Ping Fu, commissioned 3D Systems' Brian Cooper to create a masterpiece made completely of Lego. An MIT graduate and software engineer, Brian is known in the Lego community for building uniquely large gear-articulated robot models, and his instructional ebook, Technomika, has helped people build big all over the world. You can see his handiwork in Lego shows as well as in TV and movies. So, I thought this was pretty cool. After a year of work, he produced an amazing blue cat named Geo. It's a testament to how far imagination can take you. It's made entirely out of Lego. It's pretty awesome. Definitely check it out. From Slash Gear, the PlayStation 4 specs have been dropped by Sony at the Tokyo Game Show keynote. That is right. Sony just held its Life with PlayStation 4 keynote, dropping a bunch of details on its next generation console specifications, as well as info on some of the PS4's exclusive games and the gaming experience as a whole. So pretty interesting. The PS4 is harboring an x86 processor with 8 gigs of unified memory. Wow. There's a supercharged PC architecture there's a supercharged PC architecture on board alongside the CPU, with storage coming by way of a local hard drive. Also tossed into the mix is an enhanced PC GPU. So basically, it's a high-end gaming PC. I'm curious what operating system they're running. According to this, the PCU architecture has the GPU and the CPU co-joined on a single chip, which serves to keep the price of the console more affordable. The use of 8 gigs of memory, meanwhile, came at the beckoning of developers, with Sony originally wanting to use 4 gigs instead. Well, if you have a 64-bit processor, why limit yourself to 4 gigs? The price difference between 4 and 8 gigs is, I'm sure if you're manufacturing millions of these, it's a huge difference. But in reality, the price difference between 4 and 8 gigs is negligible. And if I were buying a PlayStation 4, I would totally be willing to pay for the difference. 8 gigs just gives the platform so much more longevity than 4 gigs does. Anyway, making developers happy leads to more games, and more games leads to a better end result from users, is the philosophy behind the decision. So pretty interesting. Again, I'm curious what operating system it's going to be running, probably some proprietary Sony thing, but it begs the question of whether or not Linux can be installed, or some, open source operating system can be installed. This, the PlayStation 2 there for a while supported installing Linux on it until Sony kind of took that away, and there's this huge, it was a mess. Anyway, so I'm curious if Sony will allow installing other operating systems on this, since it is x86. Should be pretty interesting. I can't imagine it'd be that difficult to get something working on a PlayStation 4 since it's x86. From CNET.com, the world's greatest Star Wars collection is now Guinness certified at Rancho Obi-Wan in Petaluma, California. That's right, I live in Petaluma, California. Believe it or not, I have not actually been here yet. Although at work they've had this posted. They have a special where you can get in. Anyway, it's got more than 300,000 artifacts and has officially gotten the Guinness World Record. If you've ever wondered who had the largest Star Wars collection, Guinness has cleared up any uncertainty. I actually would love to go see Rancho Obi-Wan, and I've been meaning to for quite some time, but I just, life happens, and sometimes you just cannot escape life. From Hackaday, Bitbox Console, an open source gaming rig. A simple resistive DAC is all you need to drive a VGA display. Combining that with an onboard DAC for audio, the STM32F40405 RGT6. Boy, that's a mouthful. Looks like a good choice for a DIY game console. The Bitbox Console is a single chip gaming machine based on the STM32 ARM processor. So it's kind of a DIY type thing. It looks really small, so pretty cool. Definitely check it out. They've got a 3-minute Vimeo video you can watch and kind of get a feel for what they're trying to go for here. I thought it was interesting and thought I'd share it with you guys. That will do it for this edition of the Geekinator. As always, everything we've talked about is linked up in the show notes. You can find those online over at quicksurf.com. Please do subscribe to the show if you have not already done so. And with that, I will see all of you on the next episode. See you then. Bye.